right. It's your boy coming at you on a Thursday, as I always love to do, because Thursday is my favorite day of the week. Why? Well, I was born on a Thursday.
Me too.
11:47 a.m. Woo! I'm just so happy today. I got the boys with me today. Zelmae in the house. How you doing, man?
It's good. It's good to be here. Again, I'm born on a Thursday too. Lit, brother. It's something about 8:37. Let's go.
8:37 a.m.
That
or
what time
p.m.
AM.
Man, whatever, man. You weren't born before me. Hey, we got my boy Monray in the house, man. We trying to wake him up just a little bit, but my man's is here in the building. Thanks for coming on the show. What's up, Monray?
What's good, everybody? Your boy, Mr. Drop the Mic, is here in the building. You might not can hear me, but you is gonna see me with all this light shining off. What's good? What's good, everybody? We here today. We here.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's gonna be a different kind of show because it is what it is. But for the folks that's listening, you already know the deal. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're out here. And for the folks watching on YouTube, it is what it is. It's just we working some stuff out, okay? So just relax. People just need to relax. Just like my boy Speed, IShowSpeed. If you know him, somebody that's in. What that boy name is? Aiden Ross. Y'all know Aiden Ross. Y'all love now they calling him Aiden Biden. I don't know what's going on. That chat community is so interesting, man. When you find somebody that got a crazy like chat and a big following that's on Twitch, man, it's you tend to read some stuff you wasn't expecting to read. But anyway, neither here nor there. Watch videos all the way, please, people. What just happened was Speed was on there. Basically, they clipped it, and basically he's making misogynistic jokes, or not jokes, but insults to women on or playing Valorant. Playing Valorant. Somebody clipped it, and he was telling people to get back in the kitchen and are you done cooking yet? And wash those dishes. Beware, all type of stuff.
Yeah, he said is that a girl talking to me?
I know that's not a female talking to me. Is that it sounds really, really bad in that context. Just like when preachers be going to church and they just give you stuff out of context, like they just be like, love the Lord, but they don't know, like, after it says love the Lord, understand that he will smite thee. It's like they don't read the whole thing. So, boys, y'all had a chance to look into this. What's y'all thoughts on it? Feel free.
I'll start. Give Monte a little more time. He's first off. Let's go over this.
Don't exclude how people have talked about him. By the way, I missed that in my intro. If you don't mind, please touch on that too.
Well, it's another clip from I think earlier in the day or something, because that wasn't the girl that he was talking to. That was another girl, because he had a red shirt on, and he had a black shirt on the other one. So it's kind of people trying to manipulate situations to gain an advantage. But his chat was indeed saying it was voice to talk. It wasn't the girl in the game, because it was the girl. It was another girl in the game from another day that said, "Oh, I don't give my. You got to be white for me to give you my gun." To him, and that was another because he had a red shirt on.
It couldn't have been the same stream.
That was a different stream. But in this stream, his chat, if y'all don't know, his chat is made of incel because he is lead incel. If you know him from his music video, which he's probably more famous for when he doing the little all that weird stuff on that song. He leads the incel community, and therefore they kind of say very racist things to him continually. And they say very, like, things you probably shouldn't just say to people on Twitch or YouTube. Yeah. Like, they are very incel, and it's like, free zone to be crazy and wild. And he just screams because he screams and yells when they do it, so they do it even more. Because it's like creating that community of toxicity that he even talked about one time that he got sad until he wanted to quit because of it. But you kind of nurtured that in a way. So it is what it is. But in this case, he got banned off Valorant. Fair play. You can
free to play game.
Yeah, it's fair play. He did do it on your platform. Y'all Valorant did announce earlier this year that they ain't gonna tolerate that anymore. So when it's somebody that go viral, you gotta do something about it.
Because I'm sure that happens 98% of all matches that are on Valorant.
Valorant is a very toxic game, by the way.
So,
but I want to get this off. The world changed. I know people always say them old COD lobbies, Modern Warfare 2, bro. Do you know how long ago that was, dog? Bro, that's like back in high school. I used to do this, bro. You are a 30 to 40-year-old man now, dog. Nobody want to hear about when you was 17 playing COD, dog.
Man, it still hurt your feelings.
Bro, the world has changed violently, and the world's gonna sway again. Because in 2030, if we learned anything, the world changed then too. Because the world gonna change again. Why? Because it's a reactionary world. In 1990s, it was everybody go wild. In the 2000s, it was solidarity because of 9/11. And in 2010, it was go back to being wild because that's how you got famous. You do crazy things, you got famous. 2020, everybody's sensitive. The 1970s where everybody get high and be happy. 1980s was the crackdown on drugs. Every decade, the world changes.
That's a good point.
Look, if you don't believe me, go in your history. I know some people might be young listening to this, but go to your history. But 1970, everybody hippies. 1980s, crackdown drug. 1990s, freaknik.
That's the hippies. Dang it.
2000, if y'all don't remember 2000, where all the Christian people used to try to get everything canceled off TV. You remember that? They tried to get rap canceled. They hated 50 Cent.
Pokemon was worshiping the devil.
Yeah, that's the 2000.
Dragon Ball Z had a dragon in it.
So every 10 years, if y'all ain't noticed, it's a trend. The world goes opposite. 1950s, it was very racist. 1960s was the Civil Rights Act for civil rights. So the world, every decade, the world changes as a progression of the last decade. People gonna get tired of people being overtly sensitive and current, and in 2030, everybody gonna go crazy. That's how the world works. Adapt or perish. That's how the world always be evolve.
That's a good word.
Yeah, shout out to Triple H. Evolve or perish. When he made Evolution, that's what he said. He retired this week, so I wanted to give that shout out.
Yeah.
But he said it's evolution or you perish. You evolve, and in 2030 you can adapt again. Again, that's back off the Modern Warfare 2 debate that we had. So, but is it enough to be banned off YouTube? I don't think it is. It wasn't.
People say worse. People say worse,
bro.
And he's a kid. You don't. And he's getting, man. Come on, they do that to black folk all the time. Like we seen this stuff. We seen people say crazy stuff on Twitch a lot. And then he makes a couple, some misogynistic jokes. Okay, I get it.
Maybe give him 2 weeks. Maybe just say, hey, don't do it no more than one. But because some people asking for him to be deleted, I'm like, bro, he's 19. I mean 17. He don't know no better. Then to the people that say at 17, I wasn't doing any of this. Okay, choir boy. Thank God for you. Perfect.
17 was crazy.
You never snuck a girl or a man in your room. You never went out after dark. You never broke the rules. We need a lot more people like you, Mr. Choir boy, choir girl. You're so perfect. Oh my God, you didn't do that at 17. You didn't do nothing wrong. You never got mad and said something you didn't mean.
I became a man when I was 17.
You're so perfect. That's like, is that the world we live in now? Everybody got to be so perfect. Like, oh my God, at 17, I was the model citizen. Never even got kicked out of school. Made straight A's. Okay, good for you. I hate why
you got shoved in your locker too. You was getting shoved in your locker too. They was knocking your lunch tray down.
Like, bro, what? Bro, good for you being a good guy. That don't mean everybody was. You went to school. I promise you, everybody at your school was choir boys. I'm just saying, like, and plus, you probably lying too. So, but we live in a world where everybody got to be perfect. Accountability without compassion creates a resentment and makes the world a worse place. Because, again, you got to learn how to forgive people. Accountability with forgiveness. That's the problem with our court system, but I ain't gonna talk about that. It used to be to rehabilitate. Malcolm X learned how to learn a lot of stuff in prison. Now nobody learned nothing. They just had them make license plates for free labor.
Hey man, what kind of prisons that evolved too? I don't think they do that anymore.
They don't do it in it. They do it now. What you mean?
Oh well, shit, I bet that's the hottest prison of all time. Monray, what you got on this, my brother? That jail hot.
Well,
they be welding and shit.
Well, with this, it's a couple of it's basically a couple of views I've seen about it. You got the one view where it's like, okay, he's absolutely wrong. The
He is
band,
wrong, by the way.
the band is just it's accurate, it's right, and all that. And then you have the other field of thought where one they take into account his age, whether he's either 16 or 19. To me, it's roughly about the same when it comes to the age. The fact that he's young, so it may not fully understand, the gravity of the things that you can say with a high platform and a wide range or a wide reach when it comes to social media, anything of that nature. And so it's the people that have that combined with the fact of what really constitutes good and bad trash talk. And, like, do you have, like, can you be forgiven for the things that you say and actually get a second chance, especially considering the fact that you are young? Because a lot of us, even referencing, Grandpa's mention of the old lobbies and things we did in our young age versus now when we're older, we like, man, I never do some of that kind of stuff. I never say some of that kind of things. Even going to some of the lobbies and some of the things that we've heard or we've said, it's just like what he said was light work compared to some of the that we didn't got in a couple of Call of Duty lobbies and some of the Halo lobbies and plenty of it. And to me, I've accepted that's what comes with the online community. When it comes to online gaming, period, I've accepted that's just what comes with it. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
We used to have whole clan rally meeting back in the day.
Man, when I say some of them lobbies where you sitting up there waiting on Modern Warfare, he ain't lying. Modern Warfare 2, I think it was sparked. Like, that's what really the call.
Xbox.
Once you got up in that lobby and you waited, man, when I tell you something.
Don't let them find out you black, Monday.
Oh, God. You sound black. That's it.
In that I do understand. I understand the bans. I would have to say that I do, because even though you're young, a lot of times you learn that something isn't good, or you learn the gravity of your mistakes by the punishment that happens from them.
Yeah.
Like, just the truth of it is like, and you gotta realize what's different from our older days, Grandpa, or like everybody listen, from what's different from 10, 15 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. What's different is that it's not as easy for us to sit in the comfort of our homes and have wide reaches of millions of people across the internet or across the world, with the words that we say, everything. Social media wasn't as strong of a thing as it was back then. So even though we can say it changed from generation to generation, sometimes it's just growth. It's just growth from like humanity and the things that we just getting our access to and getting our hands on. So what I say is change, this might get worse to where, everybody that has these big platforms and things, there has to be a way to monitor it. And so just giving them a slap on the wrist sometimes, be like, hey, well, he's young. Y'all understand he's young, but you have to realize the gravity of what you do and what you say, and that you are an example for so many other people and so many other younger people, especially because a lot of times we can just admit Twitch is viewed by a lot of younger audiences and people who enjoy gaming just in general.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful of the things that you say. And it's not like he doesn't have a track record. We're just going to be honest. He does have a little bit of a track record when it comes to some of the language and things that he says. So, no, there is such thing as good and bad trash talk, but you do have to realize the weight and responsibility of what you have in your hands. If you have a YouTube following of millions of people, you have to understand that you can't say everything that comes to your mind. You can't do everything you want, at least not on that camera for people to see. Especially when this is why streaming is so dangerous to me. Like, in my opinion, it's really dangerous because there's no editing.
Live.
Everybody is always able to clip your stuff. I don't care what it can just happen over 1 second, and somebody gonna clip it after about 1 million people. Somebody's gonna be pre-recording it and be like, "Oh snap, let me go." Like it's always there. Like it's just the normal thing. Once something is on the internet, it's on the internet.
Yeah,
it ain't leaving.
So
you have to be mindful of that. And so I would say that this is a lesson learned. Now, can he be redeemed? Is an entirely different matter. And people can always learn lessons. Now, there's another thing. People can always learn lessons. They can learn a lesson from what they do. And he's young. He's either 16 to 19, whichever age that he's somewhere in between or he is. You can learn from this. And so do I believe that, if he gets rehabilitated or learns his lesson, that these permanent bans can be undone? Yeah. I think that would be a fine thing, if he can show that he's grown and, learn from these kind of experiences. Yeah. So A permaban for now isn't necessarily a permaban later. There are people that have been banned, and then 2 years down the line, they be like, okay, we'll undo the ban because you've shown that you've changed, stuff like that. But
sorry, my
I
dog
mean,
destroying my
man, being banned from Valorant is one thing. So I mean, if that's one of your important streaming channels, you have to take the responsibility of that. Like, yeah, I messed up, but sometimes when you mess up, I'm sorry isn't good enough. It's a hard lesson that we all have to learn, but that's life. I'm sorry don't fix everything. You just don't. So sometimes these lessons got to be learned. So I hope that he doesn't necessarily get his YouTube banned because he has, I think, like somewhere between 6 and 7 million followers, and that's not an easy thing to get, regardless of how you look at it. It's not easy to get, and so to lose something like that is a hard lesson and it's a hard sacrifice. So I would hope he doesn't have to lose that nor to learn this kind of lesson, but I do hope he learns from it regardless of what happens.
100%. So at the end of the day, I just hope they don't do him like that. It's giving Eminem. It's giving Eminem circa 1999. That's what it's giving. And that was, I remember, and I was a very happy time. I was happy. That was funny. It was hilarious. I also was in 4th grade. But at the same time,
it was also, like I said, it was a rebel period where everybody rebelled against the hard laws of the Reagan era and the war on drugs, and everybody like, man, this, and you had Freaknik, which is amazing. Freak shot, Freaknik. Your mama might have been a Freaknik. If I'm just one of y'all.
Boy, Freaknik can't even be shown on television nowadays. That's so crazy.
Hey, you may have to go to Pornhub just to watch any scenes from that. And it was on VHS at that.
Some guy here talking about vintage.
vintage black party.
About Freaknik on Cartoon Network, that lets you know it was not the same.
Adult Swim, though.
Yep.
So there it is, man. At the end of the day, we wish that brother much success and hope he learns his lesson. I hope that they take it easy on him because they are quick to get rid of a brother just like they trying to do with Will Smith right now. Oh, we backing up from this film. We backing up from this project. We doing people under his own roof is saying he knows he shouldn't have done that. We're both upset about it.
Be careful of them devils you hang around, though.
Watch out for the devils you hang around with. I mean, Miss Jada went up there, and I'm sorry, she is not standing with Will on what he did. He thought he was doing something for her. I thought we was done, but she always finds a way to run her mouth, make a headline about not standing behind her man. She don't love you like that, bruh. Period. Okay, gentlemen, thoughts before we move on to our next subject.
I'm not even gonna say anything about Will and Jada.
We're done.
Not anymore.
All I gotta say is
stay away from devils.
Eve gave Adam that apple.
Yes, sir.
And God said, "What?" God basically said, "Why you eat the apple she gave you when you know better?" So
that's a thing.
Nah. I do got something I'm gonna say. The only thing I'm gonna say, I really, really hope that August does not come out with any more details. Please don't come out with the book that I heard the rumor about today. Please.
He come out. He got a song coming up.
We got a single out.
Like no more songs. Don't do the book. Please don't. Please. That's all I'm asking. Please.
If ain't nobody spinning your stuff, why are you not using the hottest thing? Because it's your fault that we know there's anything wrong in their relationship. Like she used to just say little stuff and whatever and use them eyes to hypnotize everybody and make things seem like everything was all right. August, I got to jump on top of this, man. I got to jump on top of this. So we're going to let him. We're going to let him jump on top of it. But I got to say, speaking of wives and stuff like that, man, they calling the man Russell Wilson a corny because I don't think that y'all know Russell. I know he had the wife that was of the light-skinned persuasion, or the fiance rather, and then he had to holler at Sierra, and he was just on the podcast earlier this week, and you know what? He had a lot to say, and he talked about how he picked up Sierra, the wallet on there, talking about you losing with the wallet. He said, you can't lose with me, and consistency. That's why I have an old wallet, because consistency, and that's what you're going to get with me. Here we go. A couple kids down the line after Sierra's kid that she had with Future, and we got folk talking on the internet. Some people agree that he's corny. Some girls like, "I'll give me a Russ," but y'all got Russes out there, but y'all don't rock with them. But go on, that's another subject for another day. But we even got folk in the SIP talking, Zelmae, posting stuff Do you have a little insight on some of the things that's going on Mississippi Facebook right now?
They eating my man alive. That man got 1,000 comments, and he normally get like 5. And they all negative against him. I mean, they are eating this man alive. Basically, what happened is why this coming up again because it's a repeated story. Channing Crowder said the only reason Sierra with him is because he got money. Of course, Sierra got money too. So usually those women do that anyway. Like
it's a good reason to be with somebody. I mean, I shouldn't say it's the sole reason, but it's a good reason. He got money.
And then they do what people in the hood do and lie and talking about, oh, I had a Sierra once. No, you didn't. Quit lying to us. I don't know why y'all stay lying.
Well, I got them up and coming artists, boy.
Yeah, man. I had a couple models. No, you didn't, dog. No, you didn't. I'm tired of you saying that. Quit lying to people. But
that is not the Apollo. That is youth day at church. You did not go up there and tear nothing down. That was your grandma clapping the loudest. Go on now.
My man out here, Lord, just pray for him. But
yes, keep him lifted up in prayer.
Because right now he is still doubling down, and they are still eating him alive. So, but essentially, what he said, Joe talking about, he said, if you're a man with no kids, you should not date any woman with kids, but leave them single mothers alone and start your own family. Which, Monte, if you say something like that, that's World War III. Pray for my Southern Miss brother. I don't know if he's gonna make it out. But in the case of Channing Crowder, they went and found all kind of wild pictures of him looking like the ultimate nerd. They up there found a video where he said he in YouTube language pooped himself while he was running on the football field. So they will find out all his most embarrassing moments. And
I believe the term was he urinated every single game before the game, just to
basically on himself.
And he admitted that, and somebody found it. Somebody had that in the chamber. I said, I hope Channing Crowder say something. They came out the woodworks on him, dog. Somebody got something in the chamber for everybody.
But essentially, again, the dude called him corny. Again, black women took that. All women took that, and most people took that as him hating, which it was. Yeah. They looked at it negative. Again, a reason I always say, like I said last week, Will Smith don't represent us. It's the same way in this video, Channing don't represent us, like everybody try to make it to. Because when you do good, Joseph, you don't never get credit for it. You had 2 brothers on that same podcast telling him he wrong, and nobody mentioned it.
Come on, Deacon Alpha.
Nobody mentioned it at all. It's 2 brothers. I saw about 3 women mention it. I have 1,000 coming. Nobody mentioned, shout out to them 2 brothers for telling him he eating it. Because that's what everybody say. Nobody correct these men when they say, you just saw 2 men correct him while he's talking. Say that ain't right. That ain't right, Channing.
2012, he gets away with that.
But again, the reason Will Smith don't represent black men is because obviously it only represents us when it's bad. LeBron been to school. Nobody said black men doing good. Nobody says it. Russell Wilson be a modest citizen. Nobody saying, look at that modest black man. Black men represented well with Russell Wilson. No, nobody says it.
That's fair.
Again, so if you just gonna put the bad on us, don't compare us to nobody else. Them people doing their own thing.
That's fair.
Don't just give us the bad and take the good. Don't just because you believe a certain style that fits your life, don't call another man corny for being that style.
You know what they used to call me back in the day when a girl would ask about me? Oh, he's a good guy. That back when I wasn't smoking or drinking or nothing. He's a good guy. Smart. But that good guy, it feels like it had a bad stigma to it. Like, he's a good guy. Monray, what's happening, man? They used to call Monray a good guy. They still call Zelmae a good guy.
Well, time to get ugly with this. So,
you
explain this argument. These are not necessarily my thoughts, but I'm going to explain the reasoning why so many women have an issue with his comments.
Here we go.
Basically, it's because he comes from this school of thought that a lot of men in the red pill community, which anybody don't want to go look in the red pill, go look it up, study, and basically the red pill and men who go their own way, all that kind of stuff. Basically, they come from the school of thought that you should want to make your own family, and you shouldn't necessarily want to, for one of the terms used, you don't want to continue somebody else's saved game. Mm-hmm. Relatively simple. Mainly because one of the biggest honors that a woman can give a man is to have his child. It's one of the biggest things that she can ever give to a man. So in that aspect, they have the school of thought that you should go and start your own family. You shouldn't necessarily want to just, go into the lifestyle of sharing or starting a family with somebody who already has started one, and didn't have to deal with the potential drama or the potential issues that could come from being with a single mother, which is, you have to deal with her baby daddy, you might have to deal with her child, growing up with them, potential adoption issues, potential the child may or may not liking you, things of that nature. And this to them, it's unnecessary drama when you can just go and just start your own family with a woman who doesn't have children. And so that's generally where this tug of war has come from, because then it goes into deeper reasons of, potential women and their rights to have children and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's just traditionally where that argument comes from, combined against Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson, to a lot of people in that community and to some men in general, basically consider Russell Wilson the ultimate simp. That they just go ahead and just call a spade, and that's what the problem comes with Russell Wilson in that community, that they consider him the ultimate simp. They're like, bro, you have millions of dollars. You're in circles that we could only dream of, meeting some of the most beautiful women on God's green earth. Many women of them are single. Many of them would go and drop, would drop everything to be with you for one night, all that kind of stuff. And you go and you choose, to them, not my thought, and you go and you choose a woman that has been with this dude who is a perfect example of who you do not want to have a child with, because he is just out here just slanging it for everybody who wants it and having multiple children. And it's going to be difficult to be a father to so many kids, to so many mothers, and you go and you do the same thing. And then they're like, Russell, but then you go and you continue his save game with Sierra when you could have had so many other women. Now, to the counter argument of that is, brothers have to be honest. Who wouldn't take Sierra? But let's just go ahead and call a spade. Baby girl, beautiful. Like let's just say, knock on wood. Let's just say she announces tomorrow, oh, I'm getting divorced from Russell Wilson, and she still got 2 or 3 kids, altogether. How many brothers that's been talking about Russell Wilson is gonna be like, man, nah, I ain't gonna do nothing to Sierra. Man, stop the cap. So those are generally the arguments and the reasonings for Russell Wilson always being considered the simp, or the representation of the simp, and women supporting Russell Wilson because he represents that hope of, oh, if I made a mistake or I had a child in my younger age or some children or something like that, that I can find me a Russell Wilson, my own Prince Charming that'll take me and my transgressions or things that I have in my past and pick up along with. Now, is that always true? No, you're not gonna necessarily find a Prince Charming all the time or something like that. It just depends. Every situation is almost different. But
Kim got 3. Kim got 3 or 4. And as soon as she was gone, Kanye, Pete said, "Yep, it's Hov."
This is the thing that you have to realize when it comes to that, is that celebrity relationships are not realistic to us.
That's fair.
Regular people and their relationships do not have the same standards that people who are wealthy. They don't have the same standards. Like let's just say if I'm Future, or I ain't gotta be Future. Let's say I got 5 kids. I can have 5 kids out here with 5 different baby mamas. But if I'm rich, I can make 6, 7, 8 like it ain't nothing. Because when you have money and you have that status and you have that wealth, it comes with being able to meet people that are willing to overlook that because you have money. It just be real, it is what it is. But to a regular person doesn't necessarily have those same options because they're not necessarily going to be as wealthy. And so when you are a normal person, it's a bit harder to manage those expectations, or it's a bit hard to have, the same kind of things available to you that they do. It's far different. We can say Kim Kardashian, yeah, she got 3 kids. Kim Kardashian is also in a billionaire family. So obviously she's going to have assistants. She's going to have, from Bella, she's going to have Jeffries to help her with majority of things.
And she seemed to make her men seem to get a lot wealthier.
Because I mean, so and then like so you have the clout, you have the finances, you have the ways to build up somebody.
Chloe on the one that get worse.
So it's far different. So it's different aspects to this. But I just wanted to just inform everybody. These are the bases for the arguments of why some men just do not like Russell Wilson, why women love him, why people will have issues with Sierra, and why the people don't. So it is what it is. Take it as you leave. I just say, please remember that celebrity relationships are not under the same standards.
No,
that regular ones are.
You can have a mouthpiece, but I know some dude that he got like 5 kids. He still be putting. How you do that?
Man,
he broke.
I got a homie with 10 kids right now.
He broke. He broke, so he can't take care of them. So it's weird. He be
no, because even then you have to look into the issue that a man having children or a man having kids and a woman having kids isn't looked the same in society either. That's not even looked at as the same. It's different parts and different reasons behind why they look differently when they both have kids. Like why single fathers and single mothers have different levels of responsibility when it like comes to like how society looks at them and how the opposite sex looks at them. Man, that's a lot. I'm not even gonna get to that, man.
At 30, I realized it probably gonna have 1 or 2. So I just kind of.
But see, that's the mindset. See, I had an argument with somebody on my other podcast. I had an argument with somebody. That's not true.
I'm talking about for me. I'm just talking about for me. I just said me. I don't know about that.
But see, that's your choosing.
That's what I'm saying. For me, once I hit 30, I'm like, eh.
No, I mean, like, I'm on the mindset. If I like you, I like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Situation of your life here, but to expect, okay.
At 21, it was a no. It was a strong no. It was a strong no when I was 21. I ain't never no woman no quit.
It was a strong no.
Every woman does not have a child that you meet out here. Matter of fact, the majority of them don't.
At 21, I'm like, you got a child. I ain't never take. No, I ain't.
Anybody over 25? We need to get percentages on this. We're gonna have to.
I've looked at percentage. I wanted to say
over 25 women with children.
I wanted to say it was like 1 in 4 African American women have a child.
Interesting.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I think that's what I looked like months ago. Something like that. Like, it was like 1. I think like 1 in 4 or something like that. Because I had an argument when I with another brother and another woman. Like on all.
I'm gonna say for you, whatever go for you, go for you.
I'm like that.
But don't. But my thing is, don't also try to shame people that. And try to put down like
it's not a handicap.
For you, dog. Whatever for you, bro. Don't worry about nobody else doing, bro. But like I said, 21, Joe, it was a strong no. At 25, absolutely. It was like, nah, maybe 30. I'm like, okay.
Man, when you start laying on top of girls that got kids already, and you see the kind of hardships you gotta go through, because first of all, you gotta find yourself to a spot where she got to make time for you, so that happens. And then the next spot, now some bitches ain't shit now, and they always make time for you. But we got some mothers out there that actually have their kids, and they tell you, and it take real dedication. You got to come over there late at night, or they got to get a babysitter and pay somebody. I done seen them, especially with multiple.
But it also come with maturity though. Like you kind of like you done got a little bit older. You're a little more settled down than you was.
That's a long process. If you do end up being with a girl with a kid, it is a long process. If she is the primary caregiver, that's a long process until you get into that point where you can just be around her when you want to type stuff. But let me ask y'all this though. I'm gonna pose this question before we move on. Do you think Future's kids miss Sierra?
Ain't they with her?
No. I'm talking, do y'all think Future's kids, because remember at one point they was all co-parenting, all the baby mamas in Sierra, they had took a big old picture, they used to come over their crib together. Do you think the other kids?
Hey, bro, I don't know nothing about private life. She could have been a demon or she could have been an angel. I have no clue.
She said yes, the kids come over all the time, they hang out and all that.
That don't mean nothing. They could be like that auntie that say stay outside, play till they get dark. They come over all day, baby. I take all them kids. They come over all the time, bro. I ain't seen you all day.
Man, they seen Sierra all day.
My name Bennett. I ain't in it.
All right, and last thing, I'm gonna get my ass on out of here, man. LeBron James, after this terrible Lakers season and such disappointment, I mean, they had me by the balls all the way up until this past Monday, as having hope for them to be in the playoffs at least, and then break my heart in there somewhere. Yeah, it's a wrap, but LeBron is looking to be the scoring champion. I don't know if he shuts it down or does he chase it still. If it's me, I don't make the playoffs, but do I need this to solidify my legacy, or y'all just gonna say are y'all just gonna put this in the cup for the Laker years? What should LeBron do? Should he chase it? I say just I don't know, shut it down. Hell, I don't care.
Shut it down, bro. This season,
I don't care.
What? Bro, they gave you 2 extra seeds, bro, and you still couldn't get in. Bro, they added 2 seeds for Zion.
They did.
Still couldn't get in.
They still.
No,
yes.
Bro, it's 10 teams in the playoffs, and you couldn't get in, bro.
Well, for this, it's what should he do? First, when it comes to the play-in, I mean, people do have to remember that LeBron, a couple years ago, if not last year, was saying that the play-in was not a good idea. He was bad-mouthing it, and then next thing you know,
he played it.
You were playing in it last year, and now you were trying to get in it. So it's a tough look, but no, it is what it is. As far as what he should do, it's up to him because
we know that
legacy. No, a scoring title won't really affect his legacy like that. But in a GOAT debate, would it be like another little badge on?
This season might be kind of
it'll be nothing on the little lapel or on the Boy Scouts of the GOAT debate.
In season 19?
He got that scoring title, among their bad teams. So
Jordan fans, don't bring up this season to Jordan fans, please.
I mean, it ain't gonna make
the Wizards to the playoffs.
This is already on record when it comes to GOAT debates. You have to nitpick. So stuff like, this horrible season versus he did get that scoring title in that season too. That's what this comes down to. So if you want something to add to his a GOAT debate status or something like that, if he cares enough for it, then yeah, you go for it. If he don't, and he's concerned about more long-term health and long-term play, then don't bother.
Because got the whole summer off.
Played 58 games to qualify for it. So I think he's about 2 or 3 games short. Otherwise, if you get like 57, then the NBA will count an extra game for you, but they'll count that game as you having 0 points. And this scoring title is just like the MVP race. This mug is close. I think he's at like 30.3.
Yeah, Embiid is 30.5.
Embiid are like 30.2 and 30.1. It's extremely close. So he can't afford a 0-point game, and I think he'll get overtaken. But so it's up to him. If he wants like an extra notch for maybe like a GOAT debate or something, then play for it. But if he wants to be more concerned about long-term health and trying to, save her up for like another go at it next year and maybe one more year afterwards or something, it's up to him. Me, I wouldn't really be concerned with a scoring title, but I can't speak because I'm not LeBron, but overall, it's not going to really affect his legacy too much. It's just all about, a notch on the GOAT debate. I think that's about the only thing you can argue for.
I'm with you.
I just want Embiid to win it because I'm a Philly fan, so I'm hating. Shut it down.
I ain't worried about that. I don't worry about this MVP race, man. That was so close. Even though I'm thinking it's looking like Giannis, but they're close, man.
Embiid, get that. Go ahead and get that scoring title to help out.
Now, what's gonna be bad is if Embiid gets the scoring title and they get booted out in the first round. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, listen, I got Doc as a coach, bro. I'm sad.
Well, if the rumors,
the season start, I'm sad Doc my coach.
Hey, I'm just
Joe,
saying,
please take Doc. Joe, please take Doc.
Hey, if the rumors are to be believed, Doc's name did come up on some potential Laker.
I'm going to Orlando this year, and I'm going to all the AAU tournaments, and I know it's a fiery coach for one of them teams that's who we picking up. We are not picking the same coaches that think they know what they're doing. I need a brother from the hood that looked like he used to be a D tackle. That's the coach, and I want him to come on up here. That's what we want to happen. But gentlemen,
names I heard.
I want to thank y'all for coming on the show today. And I got. But before I get out of here, I got to talk to now, ladies. If you're looking for somebody that's always looking for the scoring title, always looking to score, always chasing, then look no further than me. That's right. Go to ChristianMingle.com. I am Bartholomew, and I'll be more than happy to score as much as you like. You know the deal. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and mama, I'm on Spotify. Another episode of Do You Hear Me with Uniqo Williams. Monray, where can they find you out, brother? We're going to put the link tree up over here in the title, but down there in the description. But where can they find you at today, brother?
Did this man just say Bartholomew? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Your boy Monray Hudson. Just go to Instagram, look up my name, click on the link tree in the description here or on there. You can see all the podcasts I'm a part of. I'm also on TikTok. I do different kinds of content. Bartholomew?
Zelmae, where can they find you at, brother?
They can find me on the link tree below, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Y'all ain't heard it this week, so I had to do it.
Man, I appreciate you brothers coming on today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Do You Hear Me? With Uniqo Williams. I holla.
We bought on Thursdays.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget, every Thursday, the full podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and mama, I'm on Spotify. Overall 99 ENT bring you videos from Friday all the way to Friday. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Again, thank you so much. I holla.